With over 25 years in the event business, I've met some incredible individuals, been part of many life-changing moments, and come across some really crazy situations. Today, join me as I chat with Mohamed. Mohamed was born without a right femur. As he was a child, he was always active, although he did not compete in his first triathlon until 2008. Mohamed was always super happy as he was playing sports, but spent the first 5 years in school not allowed to participate in PE, which just seems unfathomable today. Mohamed shares about his parents' support, how he learned to cycle, his first triathlon on crutches, and how he found his way with Challenged Athlete Foundation. Mohamed just lights up as he talks to Coach Deb. She interviews him after his Wildflower 2025 race. He remembers some funny moments from 2018 and how the community at this race will forever bring him back with his family. This is an episode you won't want to miss.
Okay, we are here at Wildflower 2025. We're so excited. The weather is gorgeous. I am Deb Carabet. I'm a level 2 para-triathlon coach for USA Triathlon, as well as I work with almost anywhere having to do with para-triathlon and with CAF. So I'm excited to be here, and I know Mohamed, who is one of the nicest humans on the planet, who is always smiling, even after a tough race. Okay, fine. He's gritting his teeth, but it looks like a smile. So Mohamed was at the Paralympics last year, and he's doing Challenge Roth, as well as he's on the circuit this year, the world circuit. He goes to Tokyo in 2 weeks, I believe. But prior to all of this, he didn't start as a kid doing a lot of sports other than soccer, because he's from Morocco, and I think they're born with a soccer ball in their hand. So will you share with us a little bit about what it was like growing up in Morocco, and when you started sports? How did you come up to find out about para-triathlon? And eventually we'll get to what it was like, because you've been to the Paralympics twice now, and we're counting on him for a third. So, Mohamed, tell us more about you.
Thank you, Deb. Well, first of all, I'm so happy and excited to be back to Wildflower here. I remember coming down, uphill down, I was just looking at the water level. I remember the last time it was very low, and now when I saw the level of the water, it just made me so happy to be here. And it's amazing to be here. So I was born in Casablanca, Morocco, with a birth defect called PFFD. Let me try. Femoral focal deficiency. This is the medical term. Basically, I'm missing parts of the hip, the femur, the hip joint. So I have a little foot, so it's similar to not above the knee amputee. My parents, I was a big surprise for my parents, and they didn't know I was the first one, so it was a big shock for my parents, and also they didn't know what to do. I remember my mom was telling me about my grandma would take me to all the doctors in Casablanca and Rabat, the bigger city. Try to see if there is a cure to this. No, but you just take him home and take care of him. This is the answer that they got from all the doctors, and this is what they did. My parents, my dad barely finished elementary school, and he was a taxi driver. My mom never went to school. She didn't know how to write or read, but they were so strict. They want me to be very good at school, and I was not. I just want to play. I just want to be outside. But for them, because I had a disability, for them, I need to get my education, higher education, and get an easy job, in a corporate or something like that. This is their thought process. And for me, I was totally the opposite. I just want to play. I will, just open the door and play soccer with other kids. All my childhood, I played with using crutches, and I loved it. Those days, they are still in my memory. I had so much fun with the kids of my neighborhood. There is no structure or anything. You just open the door and you spend, the whole day. You come home when you are hungry and you want to eat, and it was like that. until I barely finished my high school degree and get like to a graphic design school and start working. I did all the stuff that my parents asked me for, but when I had the chance to get fitted for a prosthesis that allowed me to cycle at age of 24, 25, I was so curious about it, and I went for it. But I forget to mention that, like in Morocco, like we don't have PE in elementary school. It starts at middle school and high school, and I was looking forward to that because I heard like we play basketball, we play handball and volleyball and all that stuff, and I was super. And this stuff, like we don't have it in the street. This is only like in the school setting. And I remember the first day of PE, the PE teacher, whatever, said like, you can't be part of this. No, you can't. This is like you have a disability. So basically, they removed PE from my curriculum from middle school all the way to high school.
How was that? How did that make you feel?
It was very devastating because I was looking forward to that, but also like those sessions, I had to stay in school and watch my classmates play and have fun, and I was just on the side. The closest I got to is like I will be like, well, I don't know what they call it in English, like the person who brings the balls. Yeah, I would bring the ball to them, and like that was the closest I got to basketball or handball.
How did you get through all that and stay positive and still want to do sports?
I mean, my parents were very modest. They didn't know how to fight this. They didn't know how to go through the system to try to. So for them, like, you are here for education, just focus on your education. It's okay if you missed out on this. So, like, for my parents wanted me to focus on that. But for me, like, every time, it was like in the middle of the day, I can't go anywhere. So I had to see it happen in front of my eyes twice a week, all 5 years. But yeah, this is like, I think once I had the opportunity to start cycling, like I just went full on. I never cycled before, and I had to start learn how to cycle very late age. And then like 6 months later, I had to be in the Atlas Mountain doing 500 kilometers in 5 days. So, and I just, at that age, you just want to go for it.
You just took all those years that you couldn't play sports and roll them into one, and you're still doing it.
Yeah. So yeah. And so that event, I mean, throughout my career, like always, there is this moment that opens your eyes to an aspect. So this event was held with MPT from France and Morocco. And my first observation, seeing all the Moroccan side, all wearing pants, hiding our disabilities, and the French are all like wearing shorts, showing their prostheses and all that stuff. And it's like, for me, that was the first contrast. Okay. And then you get to talk to them and know like the sport, what they do. And it was a fun experience for me. Like that was the first time visiting the Atlas Mountain in my life when I was 25. And I was so happy to be cycling and also visiting different parts of my country. And then we did the same thing the following year in France. And it was also like my first time flying on an airplane to another country, meeting new people. And this is where one day we were talking after a ride. I was talking to this guy who's a below the knee amputee about his sports, and he was explaining to me like triathlon is like, what is that? I never heard of it. It's swim and then bike and then run. And I was so curious, and I asked him because back then my native language is Arabic, and then French, I was barely learning French. So I asked him to write on a piece of paper, and I went back home and started looking for triathlon teams, triathlon athlete with disability and all that stuff. And in Morocco back then, we didn't have anybody, like barely no one. So I had to start looking internationally. The good things, like at the time, because I was working, I was making money. So the first triathlon that I had to do, it had to be in France. So I had to like save up money to go there and do my first triathlon, and I just loved it.
How did you do the run? Because you didn't have a prosthetic then, did you?
No. So back then, I did crutches, and even before crutches, I did racing wheelchair. Yeah, because back then, doctors that I was working with say you can't run because you don't have the hip socket. It's too dangerous. There is no way you can do it. So we immediately went to racing wheelchair. And then when I want to race the World Triathlon, back then it was the ITU. I couldn't do that using a regular bike, so I had to use crutches. So my first race was in Budapest using crutches for the 5K.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was amazing. It was raining, it was cold, but it was amazing. I have this picture with crutches on, going through this bridge. It was like, it's like the first race, and it stuck with you. Yeah.
You light up when you talk about that.
Yeah.
So it seems like triathlon really is your sport because, like I said, I always see him smiling, but right now he just lit up telling us about his first race in horrible weather on crutches, and he's so excited,
Yeah.
So how did you come to the United States and get into para-triathlon here?
Oh my God. So yeah, I fell in love with the sport, and I wanted to try everything. I want to get better at doing the sport. So I started looking for training camps, and like I was searching, I couldn't find anything in Europe. And one day I found this training camp by getting to try in Atlanta, Georgia. And back then, zero English. I was using Google Translate. So I would translate from French to English and from Arabic to English and compare the two and see how they match up. Because back then Google Translate was not good. It was really bad. And then I got in touch with the organizer, and he said yes, yeah, you can come. And I told him I don't speak English. If there is any way we can accommodate that, I said we'll figure out something. And yeah, I was like, I never thought I would travel to the US, never in my life. And I have no idea where is Atlanta, where is New York, where is no idea. And I managed to go, and I didn't know how it's gonna work. I was so afraid. I don't speak the language. So the training camp was in Georgia Tech, where they did swim and all the stuff. And the first day, the organizer Mike introduced me to this lady. Her name is Ruchan, and she started speaking to me in French, and I just felt comfortable right away. Okay, if somebody can speak a language that I can speak. Basically, Georgia Tech back then, they had this master for prosthetist, orthotist, and I think that was the first program for masters in the US, if I'm not mistaken. And Rue, she was from Canada and was doing her master last year. They got this email to volunteer, and she was the only one to volunteer for this event. And she made it so easy for me to go through that camp. Learned a lot, and I said, "You are with me for the rest of the life." So yeah, she's my wife now.
There you go. The wife of his 3 adorable children, by the way.
Yeah.
And so you had moved to LA, to the US to attend the camp. That was it. You were.
No, that was just a visit.
It was just for the camp.
I was just for the camp.
So how did you end up staying here and continuing on to do?
Yeah, it was a long process. I had to keep going back and forth between US and Morocco, and then I moved to France, and with Rue, we were planning to move to France, but she found a job in California, and I kept going back and forth like for 40 years. Keep traveling back and forth. And then I applied for a visa for talent and sport, and I got. And
that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
And so when was your first Wildflower?
Oh my God. I think it was I think 2010.
How many have you done?
I don't remember, but I remember with my wife, the first one, we came here. We had like a big CIF team here. I was like with Bob, and like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. You just come to a triathlon. I didn't know that we have to camp, and I was not prepared at all. But I was like, for me, this is a very unique experience. This is a really unique triathlon. Where you see all these people love nature, they're camping, it's a lot of festivity, like almost no pressure. Like people are here to race, and I love that race. And I think I went straight to long distance. Like when you're young, you just like go for things. You make bad decisions all the time, and I was not well trained for long distance, and it was a really hot day. I suffered on the bike.
Did you got to do nasty grade?
Oh yeah. I suffered on the bike, and I said, "How I'm gonna do the run?" It was a really hot day, and I remember like on the run, going through the camp area, through like people who are camping and cheering for us and all that stuff. And this lady was holding a platter of sliced oranges, and I stopped. I don't know how many I took. I took a long break, and that was like that memory, like it's stuck on my head. Like that was like such a beautiful thing, and I managed to finish the race, but like it was like really difficult and challenging. But it's just a very unique seeing all the students coming here, everybody. Like it's just a happy place to be for triathlon. Yeah.
That's great. And which distance are you going to race this weekend?
This weekend I'm going sprint, but I'm doing sprint on Saturday and sprint on Sunday. So
Because one isn't enough for you, right?
I was like really on the edge to do like long distance this time, but with my coach, because we have WTS in 2 weeks in Japan, we didn't want to risk it. So yeah.
I'm so glad you listened to your coach.
Finally.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
This is Christy. What would you tell someone when you're explaining about Wildflower Experience? Like, how would you describe it to somebody who, because you came in sight unseen, Bob talked to you into coming,
Yeah.
and then you're like, wow. So, how would you describe it to somebody
Oh my God.
without scaring them?
Yeah?
Without scaring them
No,
off.
it's not scaring them. I mean, we have all the distances. We have long distance, Olympics, sprint, running. I think this is just a celebration of outdoor sport in general here. Like you're with nature, like camping, having fun, a lot of kids, a lot of festivity. I think it's a happy place for triathlete or endurance athlete in general. This is how I describe it.
So if you're not racing, what are some of your favorite things? Like, what are some of the favorite things for your wife to do and for the kids? Because everybody thinks, oh my gosh, I have to come do a race. But I tell them all the time, no, come up. It's such a great weekend. What are some of the things that your family likes to do?
Like for the family, like I want to go with the kids for a little swim in the lake, and then we can go hike. I think one of my kids wanted to do like, I don't know. I think they're bringing stuff like sell like a baking stuff to fundraise for me and for my next event. Like there is a lot of meeting other kids, and there is a massive playing ground for kids and parents. There is a lot of vendors here. It's a break from like, and the location also is like, it's not far from the south of LA it's not far from North California in the south, and it's a break from life where you get to enjoy outdoor life, see people doing fun stuff here, and just enjoy all the vendors here. Yeah.
So that's great. So
And a lot of hiking too.
a lot of hiking, which helps your legs,
Yeah.
right, for the run and the bike.
Exactly.
So share with us some of your favorite memories over the years at Wildflower.
I don't know if this is a favorite memory or not. So the second time coming to Wildflower, my oldest son Adam was 6 months old, and we brought him here camping in a tent, and we didn't bring enough diapers. And with my wife, we were walking around trying to scout, because there's a lot of families, a lot of parents with kids, and trying to see which family has babies the same age as our kid, try to borrow diapers.
So actually, that's a fun experience because it also shows how much of a community this is,
Yes.
and how people you don't even know you end up knowing by the end of the
Exactly.
weekend,
Yeah.
and that whatever you need, someone's gonna have it, right?
Yeah.
And your
Lo-
kids, how do your kids love coming to this?
Oh my God, they've been looking forward to this in a long time. They are looking forward to the camping experience, swimming in the lake. and yeah, having fun here. I'm trying to get them to do their first triathlon hopefully soon. So
Yay.
yeah.
It's great. You mentioned something about Bob Babbitt and
Yeah.
Challenge Athletes Foundation, and as you know, Challenge Athletes Foundation is a sponsor and partner of Wildflower. How has CAF changed your life, and what have they done for you and with you?
Wow. I mean, they changed my career completely. I remember 2009 when I came for the first time to the San Diego Triathlon. I like I didn't know the program or everything. Somebody recommended to go there, and I went there out of curiosity and to do the triathlon. So we came 2 days before, and I remember the first thing that I saw during the weekend is the run clinic for the kids. And for me, it's just so cute seeing all these little kids with their tiny blade running around, having fun, enjoying life. And that image is still stuck in my brain. And then meeting veterans, meeting athletes with disability who were born or due to accident, age grouper, like Paralympic athletes. So it's a big community with different level of achievement, but also we are all there for each other. So for me, the first thing that was very valuable for me, that community, a lot of people with birth defects similar to me, because for a long period, I thought I was the only one in the world with this defect. I never seen anybody like me until I think 20 or 24. I saw it. So that was the first time I saw somebody that has the same disability as me.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I was disappointed. I thought I was special.
Oh, are special.
You are, Mohamed.
What's easy?
I've never heard that answer before.
No, like it was like it was nice to see somebody like me, and then also like during that first CAF event, I met with Sarah, who also has a PFFD, and she gave me a lot of advice on how to use a running leg for the first time. And because of that meeting, because of that day, I started running, and I just like changed my career. I remember I was still flying between Morocco and the US, and one day I say, you know what, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm just gonna commit to triathlon. I don't care what's gonna happen. This is the time to do it. Yeah, at that time I was working for 7 years as a graphic designer, and then I say like, I need to do this. I need to pursue and see what's on the other side of this. And yes, like it changed my life completely.
Yeah, look at you now.
I know. Who knew, right?
Who knew?
So we're going to see you in October when we have our favorite event of the year with Challenge Athletes Foundation. You're going to come out with the kids,
Yeah.
swim in San Diego, do a little riding perhaps, share with us what the rest of your year has been like racing all over the world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So this year, after the Paralympic game, I get a little bit more freedom in terms of racing and events. So doing Wildflower and then doing WTS to stay on the ranking, and then doing long distance this year, other half marathons. Last week I did 25K trail run. So I tried to go back to enjoying sport like I used to do, because when you train for the Paralympics, I think you lose some of the fun part because it's more strict, more rigid, and less fun actually.
Right. Well, you've been to 2 Paralympics.
Yes.
And how did CAF, in a way, in their way, how did they help you to be able to train on that level and make those goals in addition, to your coaches, obviously?
Yeah.
But, do you feel you could have gotten there without the help of CAF?
I mean, CIF does an amazing job, and besides, like, we have this, I don't know exactly the statistics, but like CIF funds like, I don't know, 60 or 70% of the Paralympic athletes, something like that. Which is a big number.
It's a very big number.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I use a running leg to do the running part, and a running leg is considered a luxury item when you want to go get it through your insurance. So it's not covered by insurance. So if you want to just go run and be healthy, it's a luxury for people with disability, which is crazy to try to make sense of that. So for us, like when you are racing at that level of the Paralympics, you don't need just one. You do so many so many trials because you want to find the perfect one, the perfect fit in, the perfect blade that can help you achieve your goal. So and that's without support of challenge athlete, you can't do that. So equipment-wise, even traveling to event to get point, and also the community that you get, like we share a lot of experience, knowledge between each other, and this is all because of CAF and people who keep donating to the Challenge Athlete Foundation.
So share with us a little bit about how, you just came back from the Paris Paralympics. You took silver. You and Mark Barr were like neck and neck towards the end. You had kind of a rough swim, but share with us how all the help you've received from CAF and even training here at Wildflower, because it is not an easy race, but it's fun. Yeah. Share with us some of the Paralympics from Paris.
Yeah, I mean, so my first game was with Morocco in 2016, and the second one in Paris was with Team USA. And it was completely two different experiences.
In what way?
So when I represented Morocco in 2006, they didn't have a para-triathlon federation. They didn't have like a triathlon federation even for able-bodied back then. And so there is a lot of things that I had to do on my own. So, and I had a lot of freedom. So I had to like try to find funding, I work on my schedule and all that stuff. So there is a lot of work that I do on my own. And even when I went to I remember to race day, Rio, like I didn't go to the village because it was too far from the race venue. I went to a hotel in Copacabana and I was just by myself. And I had some friends who came from the US to help me go, like move my stuff and go to the race and all that stuff. And also like, because in Africa, we didn't have a lot of triathletes. So I was the only one who qualified to the games representing Africa and the Arab world, like both male and female in all categories. I was the only one.
Talk about being special there. That's amazing.
So I was the only one. But coming here with Team USA, I knew that's going to be harder to qualify, even to qualify to the games, because we have great athletes here and bigger pool. So that process, it was more stressful. So we need to keep steady and avoid injuries and be smart about the four years. And being able to go to Colorado Springs with my coach Derek Williamson, who's been with me like for 6 years now, building toward Paris. Like if you know me, like if you coach me, like you know how I'm not very disciplined. I just like to go all out. So I had to learn how to be disciplined, follow the protocol and all that stuff. So it took a long time. But also what I enjoyed with the experience with Team USA is having a team, all the athletes, when we go to training camp, when we train together in Colorado Springs or any other place. It's a bigger team. We know each other very well. We support each other. And it was a great experience going to Colorado Springs for me for 5 months, and then go to Vichy for the pre-camp in France, and then go through the whole experience with Team USA. It was a great experience. The race itself, we had a lot of drama, as you may know, like with the water quality, with the current, the race changing, postponing. But we try to keep calm and not worry about that stuff because it's on everybody. Try to not lose focus. The swim was challenging. We knew that. And it's part of the race and part of the Paralympic Games. Who's going to stay focused and not try to get distracted by all those elements.
That's great. So as we're winding down now, what kind of advice would you give to others in our sport or any parasport on continuing, not giving up, but finding resources like CAF, because they also are an incredible resource, not only for equipment, but all over the country. So what kind of advice would you give to whether they're kids with dreams or even adults like you said, you didn't start to your mid-20s, who'd like to achieve, whether it's going to the Paralympics or in our sport going to Worlds or whatever sport they choose, what kind of advice would you give them?
I think the first advice is just start, just make that first step and enjoy whatever sport you like. Like you don't put the Paralympics as a goal. Put like enjoying life and enjoying sport. Like find the sport that you like, because if you want to go that route of the Paralympics, you're gonna spend a lot of hours doing that. So you better love it first. And I think that what kept me going all these years, because triathlon is part of my life, is a lifestyle, and I just love it, and I keep going, keep challenging myself, and always find an area for improvement and how to get faster. So first of all, find a sport that you love and you enjoy yourself, and you think about it, like, if I want to do that, I would not like want to fit. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going doing that. And it's not going to be straightforward. It may take a year, 2 years, try different sports. The Challenge Athlete Foundation has a lot of clinics in all sports, from winter sport to summer sport, all kinds of sport. There is a ton of possibilities out there, a lot of groups. They can share their expertise with you. So yeah, try, experiment. If you don't know, you don't have to commit. Just keep trying different sports and just enjoy it. And once you find that one sport that you like, and then start slowly building the journey to the Paralympic Games. It's not like a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a long journey. And don't make the mistake that I made, like enjoy that journey, trying to achieve that goal.
This is great advice.
So that journey is more important than the destination. This is what I learned.
And what would you say to people who have either never been to Wildflower or hear, oh my gosh, it's so hard? What would you say to them on, like for me, oh my gosh, it's awesome. It is so much fun. Like you said, it's one of my favorite races. What would you say to them?
Oh my gosh, I think a lot of people are missing out. I think Wildflower Triathlon is the best experience out there that have like triathlon like as a sport. How I say this, like try here, just to come here just for a camping experience and just see the atmosphere, see people, and you will fell in love with this event and this experience. It's not just a triathlon. It's more than that. Yeah.
Great. Well, Mohamed, thank you so much for all your time. Christy and I really appreciate you coming out, laughing with us, talking about the background, and we love you.
And it's so important to share your story, and we want to get your story out to inspire others, I'm sure,
and that anything is possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need more Challenge Athlete Foundation, more athletes from the CAF to come here next year, because we had a bigger group long time ago. We need to bring that group back.
We are going to work on that, and I'm roping you in to help me.
All right, let's go.
I'm there too.
Thanks, Mohamed.
Thank you for having me.